Hi, and welcome to the Ask an Advocate show. If you saw our video the other day, you saw that we were talking about the concept of giftedness. And we talked about making a list of your child's gifts and using that at IEP meetings. Well, I've had a question from some parents, and they want to know how you really figure out what your kids' gifts are. So today I'll share 7 different ideas with you. First, I wanted to introduce myself. I'm Charmaine Tanner, a parent and advocate and the author of a best-selling book, The Art of Advocacy, A Parent's Guide to a Collaborative IEP Process. As parents, we know we all wear so many different hats. There's not just one thing that we have to do as a parent. But when you're trying to figure out your child's gifts, the hat that you need to wear is your detective hat, because you'll be looking closely at your child, who will be giving you lots of clues for you to follow. Clue number 1 is to think about what makes you proudest of your child. So think not about just the things your child has accomplished, but also what personality traits he has. Like, is he an empathetic friend? Is he full of determination? Does he have a willingness to share with others? A sense of adventure? So jump in and post some of your child's personality traits here. I love bouncing ideas off of each other, and you'll be helping other parents think about qualities that their child has that they could be proud of. Clue number 2 is to think of some adjectives that describe your child. Is your child kind, forgiving, observant, or a hard worker? Is he athletic or creative? Again, post your adjectives in the comments below, and that will help spur other parents on to think of descriptive words for their child. Clue number 3 is to ask people who know your child what they think your child's gifts are. Oftentimes, grandparents, babysitters, your child's friends, maybe coaches that they've had, will notice a trait that your child has that you hadn't even thought of, or maybe you just need to be reminded of. Clue number 4 is to watch or pay attention to what your child does when he has a choice. So if he's got some free time at home on the weekends, notice what he enjoys doing. If he's like a lot of kids and likes electronics, jot down what games or apps he plays. And notice, does he like doing them alone, or does he like to play with others? Figure out how he, learns to play a new game or an app. Does he read a manual or a guidebook to learn how to play? Or does he first watch others and then he knows how to do the different steps? These details can help you piece together important clues. For instance, I had a friend's son who learned so much by watching what others did, and then he would try it. So one of his gifts or strengths is learning by observing and modeling others. So clue number 5 is to follow your child's lead. Maybe your child has a fascination with Disney movies, and he can name the year each movie was produced. He knows all the different actors and actresses that were in the movie. I remember working with a family, and their son spent almost all his free time at home watching Disney DVDs. At school, he even carried at least one DVD or Disney DVD with him at all times. Well, one day his teacher was walking around the high school with him, and she was taking photographs for his daily visual schedule. Well, he decided he wanted to be the photographer, so he took the camera from her and started taking his own photos. He loved it, and it was so neat to see the photos that he took of different objects and the interesting angles that he shot the photos from. Well, he started taking a photography class as an elective and just really excelled in it. I remember how amazed his mom was that he was actually interested in something besides Disney DVDs. So for him, one of this student's gifts is looking at things from a different perspective. Clue number 6 is to listen to your child. Because often what kids choose to talk about can give you clues as to what they're interested in. Help your child pursue an interest by doing different things. You can go to the library and check out books. You could look up educational YouTube videos. If he's interested in a sport, see if he wants to play on a team. If he loves exploring art mediums, see about him taking some art classes, either at school or in the community. Clue number 7 is for you to take mental notes. Does he have friends he plays with? Does he show empathy when others are hurt? Does he have great problem-solving skills? I remember the day after Halloween when our son Dylan was about 4 years old, and he kept bugging me in the morning to eat some of his Halloween candy. I told him he'd have to wait. He couldn't have it yet. It was too early, but he kept asking. And finally I said, Dylan, you have to wait until after lunch, and then you can have some of your candy. Well, guess what he did at 10 o'clock in the morning? He went into the kitchen, opened the refrigerator, and got out some lunch meat and cheese, ate it, and then asked me for some of his Halloween candy. Later, when I was talking to a friend about this, I said, you know, he might not get credit for problem solving on a standardized test, but he sure showed us how he could figure out a way to get what he wanted. Some of you may have heard this quote from Albert Einstein that I really like. It says, everyone is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it's stupid. One of my passions is to make sure your child is given opportunities to share and shine with those gifts that he has. If you missed my first post where we talked about identifying your child's gifts so you can have a more positive IEP meeting, you can go over to my website, www.cspeda.com, and under the newsletter tab, you can see my latest article. And there's also a link there if you'd rather watch the video of the article, and a link if you just want to listen to the audio track of it. So I really appreciate you being here. Know that I'm committed to helping you on this journey. So please don't hesitate if you've got questions to post them on the Facebook site, or you can email me and I'll get back with you. But I'd love to stay in touch and to make sure that your child shines with his gifts. So until next time, take care.